Good evening and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Norman. WIS continues to track Bonnie. Tonight, Bonnie is back to a tropical depression, but the system continues to pour down on much of the Midlands and the coast. A portion of I-95 and 3 other roads were closed earlier this afternoon in Jasper County due to flooding. Ridgeland has seen upwards of 6 inches of rain. Fortunately, that is not the same picture we're seeing in the Midlands. We have seen breaks in the rain and a bit of sun mixed in. Chief Meteorologist Rob Ellis has been tracking the storm all weekend. He joins us now in our First Alert Weather Center with the latest on Bonnie's path. Rob?
Yeah, some good news. Doesn't mean we're out of the woods just yet, but still watching what's happening, and the rainfall totals across the Midlands have not surpassed those amounts we were worried about that could lead to some flooding. Doesn't mean we don't have stuff to talk about. Some scattered showers rolling through the metro right now. Had a little bit of lightning near Pontiac earlier. Again, heavier downpour is going to be embedded within this. We continue up into parts of Kershaw County, really right along Highway 1 through Camden, Cassett, Bethune, McBee, and points to the north and east. More of those scattered showers through Calhoun and eventually into Orangeburg County. Those scattered showers going to continue off and on, but it's nothing like what's happening down to the south and west where this band of heavy rain has set up. It's where we were talking earlier. We showed you this map with Ridgeland, the bullseye here, 7.8 inches of rain estimated by the radar just within the last 24 hours. They may approach 10 inches in spots, and that is what led to 95 being shut down. There's the bigger picture, still a spin because Bonnie is located right there. It's going to be very slow moving, and it is still a tropical depression, but it has weakened from the tropical storm status that it was earlier in the day. The forecast track does keep this very slowly moving to the north and east across the coastline. After that, it will move out of here, although some effects may linger, keeping scattered showers in the forecast. We have really not backed off of this. I did slide these down just a little bit because I think we are going to be on the lower end of 1 to 3. Farther to the south, they have already seen a lot of this, 3 to 6 with some isolated 6+, and we're seeing that. This is total rainfall, not additional rainfall. Some locations have already picked up over an inch of rain. I'm going to show you more of these rainfall totals coming up. We're going to show you future casts. How long do we have to deal with this? Megan, I'm going to answer all of those questions coming up in just a few minutes.
All right. Thanks so much, Rob. WIS has team coverage as Depression Bonnie sweeps along the Carolina coast. Caroline Patricus is in Orangeburg County, where the rain has been steady all afternoon, but has let up right now with no serious reports of flooding. And Raycom's Georgia Ree Godfrey is in Jasper County along I-95, where rain has really been affecting traffic. We start with Georgia Ree.
Yeah, I'm here on a frontage road in Ridgeland alongside I-95 southbound. I'm sure you can see the exit 22 sign here right behind me. Department of Transportation is also on scene assessing the damage. Now, if you look here just behind me, the flooding actually continues for several miles. This is the scene that we're seeing across Jasper County. Now, I-95 northbound was reduced to 1 lane early this afternoon so emergency crews could detour traffic. Since then, it has been reopened. But where I'm at, we're seeing a complete and total washout. Highway Patrol has actually rerouted traffic starting at exit 28, which is about 6 miles from where I'm at now. Now, Jasper County Emergency Services has been working with the Department of Transportation to reroute traffic, and right now, drivers are using exit 28, where they will take a detour to Highway 278. Now, as of right now, the detour is working in alleviating some of the congestion. However, emergency services say addressing the traffic issue in flooding is pretty tough.
We've also got some roads that are beginning to get washed out. Highway Patrol has coordinated to reroute traffic, shut down other routes within the county. The biggest challenge that we've got is the rain continues to fall. Presently, the National Weather Service has indicated that we've got rainfall rates at 1 to 2 inches per hour in the northern part of the county, which will continue to bring water into the area that is already being impacted. So we're having to ramp up operations for that as well.
Now, right now, there isn't a time frame from when this portion of the highway will be reopened. However, Highway Patrol anticipates that it will be closed for the rest of the night. Now, emergency services are warning drivers that if you see a barricade, do not bypass them because they are unsure of the conditions of the roads. Now, live from Ridgeland for the Raycom News Network, Georgia Ree Godfrey.
All right, thank you, Georgia. Dangerous rip currents are a concern for beachgoers as this system continues along the coast. Sunny at times, Myrtle Beach has received less than an inch of rain. But a much different story for Charleston, where Depression Bonnie made landfall. The county has seen 4 to 5 inches of rain since Saturday, breaking some rainfall records. Raycom's Alexis Simmons reports from Folly Beach.
Folly Beach looks a lot different than it did yesterday, at least for right now. There's no rain, and people, as you can see, are out here trying to enjoy this nice weather as long as they can. As you can see here, more people are in the water today, and there's a lot more activity. Many tourists were expecting today to be completely rained out, but now they're able to enjoy some outdoor activities in Charleston. We are expected to get some rain later on today, and beach officials will continue to monitor those water conditions here on Folly Beach. I'm Alexis Simmons for the Raycom News Network.
The rain is also impacting many holiday weekend plans. We're continuing to keep our eye on the weather with WIS's Caroline Patricus, who's live in Orangeburg County. Caroline, what are you seeing this evening?
Well, Megan, right now, this is actually the first time that the rain has really let up since this morning here in Orangeburg. And what we've seen all day is just that on and off heavy bands of rain throughout this area. But as Chief Meteorologist Rob Ellis said, we haven't seen the end of it yet. Unfortunately, that means if you do have Memorial Day plans scheduled for outside, the rain will likely cause a little disruption for your plans. Now, we've seen just absolutely wet conditions all day on the interstate and on all the highways here in Orangeburg. Take a look at this video from earlier. It really hasn't stopped people from making their way out of the house today. Many people we saw say this weather, it really isn't affecting their weekend plans. Others say traditional plans of throwing some burgers on the grill aren't going to happen with the rain continuing to come down. We spoke to one lady who was heading to Charleston for her anniversary and says they're going to keep rolling through like originally planned.
Plans were to go and have a grill. Cook some hot dogs and some hamburgers. If the weather says, we may probably do something under the carport.
We seem to have brought the rain wherever we go, so we're just kind of pushing through until we get there and hoping that the rain will kind of go away tomorrow.
So far, the Orangeburg Fire Department tells me that they have no serious signs of flooding in this area. That goes the same for Clarendon County. Officials there tell me they haven't had any reports of flooding and things seem to be rolling smoothly. It just is wet, like I said, and so far people are just waiting for this storm to roll through. But again, right now there is just a little tiny light drizzle, if anything at all, here in Orangeburg. But we'll continue to track this storm and keep our eye on it. For now, back to you, Megan, in the studio.
All right, Caroline, thank you. And remember, you can always track storms wherever you are by downloading the WIS Weather app. Just search WIS Weather in your app store. Standard data and messaging rates may apply. Still ahead, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Rob Ellis for a check of our forecast. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, we're going to continuously update our rainfall totals, but overall, it looks like most of you have not yet seen an inch. If you're a little farther to the south or to the east, we have seen some totals approaching an inch and a half, almost an inch and a half in Orangeburg. Remember, we are not done yet. There are going to be some areas of locally heavy rain, and we could easily add an inch to maybe as much as 2 inches to this. Not for everyone, but for a couple of spots. About a half an inch, really, for the metro area. And again, more rain is going to be on the way. We do have more scattered showers. Here's the system. Notice there's a heavy band here and also some banding to the north. So if that band moves over you, because it's a tropical rain, it is going to come down pretty quickly. Boy, look at the rain, though, that's been coming down Barnwell, Allendale as well. Unfortunately, that is leading to some flooding. So an aerial flood advisory has been issued from the National Weather Service. That's going to be in place through tonight. Again, not a flash flood warning, but just concerned that some of the streets and roadways there may be starting to pick up or pond with some water. Just be careful if you're going to be traveling, especially if you're heading south, maybe 26 to 95. Remember, 95 still has some impacts from the flooding near Ridgeland. There are the scattered showers. Again, more of these will be off and on. So the rainfall totals are going to pick up. They won't necessarily pick up quickly. And I'm really glad that we had that break, because that break during the day for many of you really allows the creeks and the streams to subside, to drain, and then we can add more rain into that without it being as much of a concern. Again, things really starting to improve, but not done just yet. 70s for most of you, kind of a tropical air mass that's in place. place. We don't expect really to warm up very much. Winds were a little breezy at times today, kind of what we expected. Winds anywhere from maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some of the gusts were up around 20 to maybe 30 miles per hour. But again, nothing near tropical storm or really even the tropical depression strength that we see from Bonnie. So here's your forecast. 67 for tonight. We may see some heavy rain at times. We'll put that chance of rain at 80%. Tomorrow, more rain is expected, but we're going to drop that chance to 50%, 83 for our daytime high. Just to show you again, the total rainfall forecast. This already includes what has fallen 1 to 3 inches. Of course, these locations in the southern part of the state, the low country, they have already been hit hard. All right, more rain is expected there, but we may taper this off. I still expect scattered showers, kind of driven by some of the heating of the day as the system very slowly creeps its way up into North Carolina. It may still be in place by Tuesday. Unfortunately, that means we have to add rain chances in for quite a while. 50% chance for your Monday, Memorial Day, and Alert Day here for the early part of the day, just for any leftover showers. And then we do expect Tuesday, really through the rest of the week, that we're going to see some isolated rain chances. Temperatures will warm back up by the end of the week into the upper 80s. Megan?
All right, thanks, Rob. Stay with WIS as we track the system. Download the WIS Weather app by searching WIS Weather in your app store. A body was found in the Broad River last night, and Richland County investigators say the death is suspicious. Deputies were called to a boat ramp on Broad River Road near I-20 late last night. Columbia Fire and Rescue were then called to retrieve the body. The victim's identity has not been released. Stay with WIS for the latest developments. A driver fleeing from a traffic stop has died after the car caught fire. It happened today on Two Notch Road near Fontaine Road in Richland County. Highway Patrol troopers say a Forest Acres police officer was trying to pull the car over when the driver took off. The driver then ran off the road, hit several utility poles and a fence before the car burst into flames. The driver was trapped inside and died at the scene. The victim's identity has not yet been released. Highway Patrol is still investigating. A Gaston man has been charged after the bodies of 2 people were found in a house fire last week. Lexington County deputies have charged 34-year-old Robert Johnson with arson and 2 counts of murder. Deputies say Johnson stabbed Harry Smith and Brenda Posey to death, then set their home on fire. It happened at a home on Cedar Crest Drive on Thursday. Deputies say the suspect knew the couple and had done some yard work for them.
Based on our investigation, there was some type of struggle that broke out between the 3 of them, and that resulted in the stabbing.
We're told more charges could be coming. Johnson is currently in the Lexington County Detention Center waiting on a bond hearing. We're waiting to learn the identity of a person killed in a house fire in Little Mountain overnight. Fire crews from Little Mountain, Prosperity, Fairview, and Lake Murray were called in to battle the blaze at the home on Glade Springs Road. Once the fire was under control, firefighters found 1 person dead inside. Since there were no witnesses, SLED has been called in to assist with the investigation. Stay with us. More news after the break. Students succeed with a focus on science, technology, engineering, and math. That's been a goal for the American Association of Blacks in Energy. There's an upcoming golf tournament to help their cause, and they could use your help. Joining us now, Richard Porter Johnson, the current president of the South Carolina chapter, and Tom Jones, a past president. Thank you both for being with us this evening.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, what is your organization's mission?
So our mission as the American Association of Blacks in Energy is to encourage African Americans that they have an input in regulatory policies and basically energy policies overall.
Right. And you have this golf tournament coming up in just a few days, and the proceeds are going to help students succeed. Yeah. Tell us about the golf tournament.
The golf tournament is on June 3rd at Limerick Golf Course. And then we're looking to have 30 teams, the teams of 4. Just the captain's charge, a 9 o'clock shotgun start. That way all the teams tee off at 9 o'clock.
And talk about the goal of this and the scholarships.
Yeah. So one way that the scholarship helps out carry out Abe's mission is we want to make sure that students get involved with STEM. And so the scholarship in the past has raised over $90,000 in scholarships, and we rewarded it to over 70 students. And so the golf tournament is our big fundraising event that helps us carry out for the 14th year. And so we're looking to raise over $20,000 for the scholarship fund. And like I said, the golf fundraiser is our biggest event to do so.
To help the students. And if people want to get involved, how can they do so?
Well, they can go to our website at www.abe.org. That's www.aabe.org.
All right. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Coming up in sports, Clemson battling the rains and weather delays as the Tigers chase an ACC championship. Sports is next.
The game that will never end. Clemson baseball started today's ACC tournament title game at 11 a.m. Let's look at the time right now. Yeah, the championship is still not finished. A series of a few weather delays leading to more than 3 hours of waiting around. Okay, that's way too much sitting. When there was action, Clemson's offense, through the rains, poured on the runs. 2 aboard for Chris Oakey, who launches the offering high and deep off the wall and left. 1 run easily scores. The throw, though, from the outfield, sails wide. So Seth Beer, he's going to take advantage. He runs home. 2 score. Then the throw back to the plate goes wide, and now comes Chris Oakey. He touched them all. 3-run score on the 2 errors. Another big number put up in the second inning. Eli White ropes a single to left. Chris Williams on the move in. He touches up the plate. Tigers score 5 in the frame to lead it 8-1 in the third. Bags full. Chase Pinder making it painful on the Seminoles. Sends it into the gap. All 3 runners on, score with ease on the Pinder triple. Make it 11-1 Clemson. The Tigers, in fact, win up 18-1 before the Seminoles crawled back. In the 8th, Florida State plates 8 runs in the frame to pull within 5 before the 9th inning could get underway. Look at this. The Terps back on the field. It's raining sideways in Durham. So another weather delay. Both teams say they're going to complete this game. So at some point tonight, we might have a final. But let's look at Clemson's RPI along with USC and Coastal Carolina with all the important NCAA tournament baseball coming up this week and who might potentially host regionals. Entering today, prior to Clemson's game, the Tigers sat at 6th. USC 8th at 42-15 overall. Big South champs Coastal Carolina ranking in at 13th at 44-15. Now tonight at 8:30, we'll learn all 16 regional host sites. Tomorrow, the entire field and seeding for the NCAA tournament will be announced. So a big night ahead for the 3 Palmetto State teams. For one Gamecock, this week is a huge one. WIS has learned USC pitcher Will Crow will make his return to the mound from injury. However, he won't be pitching in the Garnet and Black. This Wednesday in Lexington, Crow will be the Blowfish starting pitcher on opening night. It marks his first start in a baseball game since the spring of 2015. Last season, Crow suffered a tear to a ligament in his right arm. He missed all of this season recovering from Tommy John surgery. 3 days from now, Gamecock Nation has its first chance to see its former ace back in action. Before you can catch Crow in a Blowfish uniform Wednesday, you can see the Blowfish alumni game tomorrow night at 7:05 at Lexington County Baseball Stadium. In the pro ranks today, the Fireflies struggled in the series finale on the road. The West Virginia Power blanked Columbia 3-0. Fireflies dropped to 25-25. Overall. Over on the track at the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500, a rookie steals the show with the leaders pitting for fuel. Late rookie Alexander Rossi, stretching his fuel mileage, takes the checkered flag. He's the first rookie to win the 500 since Helio Castroneves in 2001. Let's look at sports. We'll be right back.
So we'll still have to contend with some rain for the next couple of days, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think rain chances are going to stay with us for a while, but the heaviest of the rain will likely occur tonight for some locations and then into the early part of tomorrow. Let's put it at 50% chance, still an alert day. Yeah, those rain chances stick around, 30% chance in for the next few days.
All right, we'll keep it tuned to WIS, and we'll see you at 11.